So the next set of exercises on your feet, we're going to do are lunges. I'm going to show you a normal one, and then I'm going to show you a few variations of them. So how to set up a normal lunge. We want to be feet on the floor. As I'm here, I'm going to step back. I don't want to step back too far. If I open up too far, I'm going to put a lot of stretch through here, and then I will feel it through here. So I want to just make sure I get a nice steady lunge back, so that when I come down, I feel like most of my weight is over my front leg. I'll get to that in a second. So make sure you don't step behind. I'm here, I want to step directly back, then I'm ready to go. So when I come down, I'm coming down here, I want to relax my back leg. So if I were to put a ratio on it, 80% on the front, about 20% on the back. So I'm here, I'm going to step back, and then what I want to do is I want to think that I'm doing almost like a squat over this front leg. My hip goes back, my shoulder comes over, and I'm not losing my tension, I'm keeping it straight, but I don't want to be upright. You don't want to be sharing, right, the front and the back load. If you feel it along the back down here, you've got either gone too far back, and you're as you go into your lunge, you sat too far back. Okay, so we want to hit back, lean over, drive up. So this is what you should be doing, and I want to feel more in my quad and more in here as well. So the first variation of a already static squat, which would be essentially what we just went through there, would be your step forward. Okay, so you can do alternate step forwards. You can do, which I prefer to do and I prefer to teach people to do, is a step back, because it's a little bit more natural a movement. I don't have that. I don't have the pressure going forward and back like I do when I do a forward lunge. So if you do get any pain in your knees when you're doing forward lunges, try stepping back and instead going down and up. That might help. Another one is just to do some walking lunges. Okay, so you go here, stepping into the next one. As we're doing it, we just want to go down naturally, tap, then go into the next one, and so on and so forth. Obviously, you'd need a bit of a bigger room than what I've got to do it. Another variation that you can do, if you have a chair that'll take it, sorry, not to do with people's weight there, you know, just more to do with the chairs than all else. Anyway, so if we can do a step up, foot on, drive up, and then back down. Okay, same thing. Now there's two ways you can do this. Without thinking, you're actually going to get a bit of a bounce off the back leg. And what we can do to make it tougher is to come onto the toe. As I'm leaning in now, I'm going to get less bounce. So I'm going to lock my knee, lock my ankle on my toe, and now it's all front leg. Okay. So as I'm coming up, instead of bouncing, I'm going to come up, lean, drive. Now it's 100% that leg. If step-ups are a bit too mundane for you, I guarantee you will feel the burn on that one. Another one that we can do is a Bulgarian squat. I know it's got the word squatting, but I sort of put it in the lunge category. So foot out, just make sure that there's no weight going through here, or very, very minimal. You're on your toe. This is down, most of your weight is through here. We're going to go down, 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 and then drive through. Okay, so same thing applies. Hip goes back, shoulder goes over, and we want to really focus on moving this through. So as we come down, we send the hip back, drive through the hip, send the hip back, keep the back straight, and I'm going to drive through my bum. And as I'm coming out, I'm going to drive through the heel. Heel goes into the floor, hip drives through. I'm going to make sure the bigger muscle in my glutes is working. What I don't want to do, what you definitely don't want to do, is to stay upright when you're doing this. Because again, see how much farther over that knee's gone than where the toe is? If I was to draw a straight line from my toe up, it goes to about there. So really, that's a good little guide for you to make sure that as you're coming down, you send the hip back, knee doesn't want to go past the toe too much. That's good, then drive through. You will feel it more there. You'll protect the knee and you'll get more activation in the bum. and we all want a good bum. Alright, so another lunge that you can do is another Les Mills favourite, all you nutters, and it's a plyometric lunge, right? So it's essentially just coming down, jumping, one after the other. Try to think about the techniques that I just said there. Try not to be too upright. Definitely don't want the knee to go past the toe there, because now you've got even more pressure because you're putting more power through it. You're bouncing, you're getting extra pressure going through that knee. So make sure that you're just nicely balancing it out. As I'm coming here, I want to make sure my hip goes back, my shoulders over, and I'm going to get a nice share of the intensity through my quad, my hammy, my glute, etc. Not through my knee. Wrapping this up now with some hybrid exercises, really basic ones. Again, these are with no equipment. So wrapping it up now with some hybrid exercises. These are things that kind of don't fit into the other three categories. They're really good to do. They involve no equipment. So the first one is a burpee. Yeah, sorry. So burpee, real simple. Hands down, out, in, and a jump. Now you can do all your fancy hand throws if you want. You can come out in, do a clap, do Macarena, whatever you want, you know, whatever floats your boat. Essentially though, the burpee's that, right? So let's do a few variations of that. So a few variations if you want to make it even harder, if you're a bit of a masochist. We want to go, take one hand off, down, out, in, jump, down, out, in, jump. That's enough of that, innit? You're going. Another one you can do is a single leg. So we're down, here, here, down, out, in, here. Don't forget to change legs. Another one you can do is what you do when you're on the floor. We can come down, stop, press up, out, jump. Hey, forget your hands. Some other ones that you can do is to make it easier, right? So if you're struggling with, let's say, the jump part of it, obviously you can come down, out, in, just stand, still a good one, okay? Another one you can do is step. So down, step, step, jump, in, down, step, step, jump. Or you can just do step, step, in, as the most easy version of a burpee. So another variation of the walkout that you can do to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit easier, is just come out into a walkout, bring your feet in, straighten at the legs, and then come down. Make sure you don't sag the hips, keep them there nice and tight. In, keep nice and tight and braced at the core, just like what we told you to do in the first segment when we talked about the engagement and keeping tight here between the ribs and hips. Another way that you can kind of change it up, make it a bit tougher, come down, stop, press up, back down. Some extra ones that I'll just like to throw in to keep the cardio in there is A, star jumps, and B, running on the spot. So that's all of the bodyweight exercises that I'm going to go with you through now. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to throw a few circuits together, examples of how you can chop and change these, and the next set of videos we're going to do are around bands. So if you have any bands like this, then get them out, and next video we'll do a full body workout with them, just like